In a vast universe where light and darkness constantly intertwine, there came a time when humanity's hope seemed to have extinguished. War, greed, and despair blanketed the earth, causing people to forget the meaning of love and faith. Yet, in the darkest of nights, light appeared. A radiant beam pierced through the starry sky, overshadowing the light of galaxies. At the center of this brilliance stood God, surrounded by thousands of angels singing hymns of salvation. He stood among golden clouds, arms outstretched, as if to embrace all of humanity in his boundless love. He spoke, his voice resonating like thunder yet gentle as a cool breeze. "Oh, my beloved children, you have lost your way in darkness, but my light shall never fade. Remember that love and compassion are the guiding lights. Seek one another, reconcile, and heal. I am always here with you." His words were not merely sounds but waves of energy flowing into every heart and soul. All who heard felt the power of faith and compassion. Inner wounds began to heal, and hatred dissolved like morning mist under the sun's rays. Then, God slowly departed, but the light he left behind continued to shine, never fading. The angels kept singing, guiding humanity toward unity and love. From that moment on, the earth was no longer a place of darkness but a kingdom of light and hope. In the days following the light of God's radiance, humanity awakened as if from a long nightmare. The flames of war were extinguished, and the walls dividing people crumbled. People began to look at one another, not with suspicion, but with understanding and compassion. In a small village nestled in a valley, a young girl named Maria, who had been mute since birth, suddenly spoke for the first time after witnessing God's light. "He touched my heart," Maria exclaimed, her eyes shimmering like stars. Her voice was not just a miracle for her family but also a source of inspiration for the entire village, teaching everyone that miracles arise not only from God but also from the faith and love within each person. In a bustling city once shrouded in smoke and chaos, a homeless man named David began painting extraordinary images of the light he had seen. His artwork spread far and wide, igniting compassion across all levels of society. Those who once ignored the suffering of others now extended helping hands, creating communities brimming with humanity and kindness. Meanwhile, world leaders gathered under the guidance of God's teachings. They pledged to abandon selfish ambitions and work together to build a world of peace. Thus, the Covenant of Light was born, a global agreement to ensure that the darkness of hatred and war would never return. Yet, not everyone changed so easily. Some hearts remained hardened, and some souls still lingered in doubt. But the light left by God was not fleeting, it lived on within humanity. Day by day, hour by hour, that light seeped into every shadow, gradually dissolving the lingering darkness. One night, under a sky illuminated by countless stars, the song of angels echoed across the heavens once more. Though no one saw God, everyone felt his presence, in every act of kindness, in every spark of hope that humanity kindled. From that moment on, the world was never the same. God's light became a beacon guiding humanity, a reminder that love and compassion are the eternal missions of humankind. As time passed, the light left by God became an inseparable part of human life. Yet, this was also when a new challenge emerged. Deep underground, in realms where the light had yet to reach, a group of ancient shadow entities began to awaken. These entities embodied greed, selfishness, and hatred, forces that had once imprisoned humanity in darkness for millennia. The entities could not withstand the brilliant light of God, but they were cunning. They whispered temptations into the minds of the weak, those struggling to rediscover faith in their lives. From the hidden corners of the world, the darkness began to spread again, seeping into places where human hearts were not yet fully awakened. Maria, the girl healed by God's light, sensed something amiss. One night, in a dream, God appeared to her once more, his light gentle yet solemn. "Maria, the darkness has not been entirely vanquished. Your mission is to carry my light to the places it has yet to touch. You are not alone, for within every human heart lies a spark of my light. Upon waking, Maria shared her dream with David, the once homeless artist who had become a symbol of renewal in the city. Together, they decided to journey to distant lands, places still shrouded in doubt and fear, to bring light and love to those in need. During their travels, they met others like them, individuals who had been touched by God's light and bore a deep desire to transform the world. A team of light-bearers was formed, united by the belief that only love and solidarity could dispel the encroaching darkness. Their path was fraught with challenges. The shadow entities were relentless, manifesting in many forms: fear rooted in people's hearts, minor conflicts amplified, or irresistible temptations. Yet, whenever the team wavered, they remembered God's words: "The light within you is stronger than any darkness." Over the years, their light reached even the deepest shadows. Humanity gradually realized that darkness was not an enemy to be conquered, but a part of existence to be soothed and transformed with love and forgiveness. Through their perseverance, the world grew brighter. People learned to embrace one another, to heal the wounds left by darkness, and to see every act of kindness as a reflection of God's eternal light. Years passed since Maria and her team began their journey to bring light to the darkest corners of the world. Their story spread far and wide, inspiring millions. Yet, the darkness had not been entirely vanquished. Rumors circulated about one final place on earth where darkness was at its strongest, a deep valley where even the sun's light could not reach. It was called the Abyss of Eternity. Maria, now a beloved spiritual leader, decided this would be her final mission. Accompanied by David and her loyal companions, she set out toward the mysterious valley. Along the way, they faced severe trials, bitter cold, hunger, and spiritual temptations from the darkness seeking to deter them. When they reached the Abyss of Eternity, the sight before them silenced everyone. The valley was enveloped in an impenetrable blackness, thick and oppressive. Haunting whispers echoed from its depths, pulling at their resolve. This was not just physical darkness, it was the embodiment of all fear, hatred, and suffering humanity had ever created. Maria knelt down, closed her eyes, and prayed. She did not ask God to erase the darkness, but to grant her the strength to bring light into its very core. When Maria opened her eyes, a radiant light emanated from within her, brighter than any they had ever seen. "Darkness is not the enemy of light," Maria said, her voice resonating through the valley. "It is merely a place waiting to be embraced with love and compassion." She stepped into the darkness, one deliberate step at a time, her light spreading outward. The whispers grew softer, their haunting edge replaced by a quiet stillness. The agony and despair within the abyss began to dissipate, transformed by the warmth of her light. David and the others stood at the edge, witnessing Maria's light meld with the darkness, not to destroy it, but to integrate it into the light. As Maria disappeared into the heart of the abyss, a brilliant light suddenly erupted, illuminating the sky. The darkness dissolved, leaving behind a lush, peaceful valley. Maria never returned, but her legacy changed the world forever. Her story was passed down through generations, not as a tale of miracles but as a reminder that light and darkness are both parts of life, and love and compassion are the bridges that unite them. One peaceful evening, David, now an old man, sat beneath a starlit sky. He gazed upward and saw a single star shining brighter than the rest, a star he believed was Maria, forever guiding and illuminating the path for humanity.